morning. Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business every Tuesday. Talk to my friend Kent Batman about what's happening out there in the energy front, and really he has kind of a pulse of what's happening in technology in a lot of different areas. Kent's with a company called Vychem Eco Fluids. You can learn more about them at Vychem, V-I-C-H-E-M, EcoFluids.com. Kent, welcome as always.
Well, thanks, Kev. Great to be here.
Good to have you on. So what do you see out there in the front that caught your attention?
Well, and I guess not totally from a selfish standpoint, but, pipelines are really picking up. As you know, our president has worked hard to fight some very important pipelines, but despite that, there's a lot of pipeline construction going on in our area and all across Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that I think is fantastic. I think it's very exciting. He precluded himself a huge opportunity to expand energy and expand North American energy independence by basically throwing a wrench in the pipeline between Canada and the United States. He says, go ahead and do it everywhere else. Why is it safe to do it everywhere else but not do it between Canada and the United States? Are they some threat to the United States?
Well, they're not. In fact, they want to work closely with us.
Yeah,
and would much prefer to sell their energy to us as opposed to China, but they might have to.
Yep. Absolutely. And so we got this bizarre dichotomy of energy policy that forces us to buy some of our energy from terrorists when we could be completely North America independent. And countries like Canada, which are definitely pro-West, friendly to the West, don't like to support our enemies, being forced to support the Chinese in cheaper energy. It's crazy.
It really is strange. But, from our standpoint, from our products, from the Vychem products, there's use within the pipeline business, the pipeline industry, because they're drilling and we provide drilling fluids. So I have an appointment today with a pipeline company. Really excited about it.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's fantastic. So tell me what you got in line with that.
Well, again, they're still drilling. They're drilling a lot. They go under highways and under sometimes under waterways, things like that, where our products are excellent, of course, being biodegradable and clean. You'd be happier if they were drilling under a waterway with our stuff, would you not?
Absolutely. That's the whole deal that, I found so frustrating when the Obama administration shut down, oil production off the coast, which means that companies that weren't U.S. companies were the ones who were going to exploit it, rather than the companies that had the safest policies in the world, which are the U.S. And I keep reminding people, BP stands for British Petroleum. It's a British company, not a U.S. company, and frankly, a company that was known as something of a maverick that doesn't have the best track record when it comes to these type of things. Imagine it being replaced by Venezuelan companies,
Brazilian companies, on and on. It's amazing what has gone on with, but again, it's almost like, Mitt Romney said it. He said, it's not just that you back certain companies over others. He said, but you always back losers. And that's exactly what it is with political, policies. Choose the worst option, of a list of options. He always chooses the worst.
Right. Look at the long list of alternative energy companies that he banked, to the hilt, and all of them have gone under. It's incredible. But you can afford to do that when you're using other people's money, I guess.
You can, as long as they don't run out of money. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly right. And this is the whole reason why people like myself and people like yourself advocate smaller government, so that kind of mayhem can't take place.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But despite all of that, and I want to emphasize this every time we talk and everybody else talks, look at our state. It continues to get better and better, better economically, better, in my opinion, the way our government is run. I get excited every time I see a report from the state legislature, with a few exceptions. But
yeah.
This is the model. This state is the model.
Absolutely. One of these days I'm going to get Alec on. I haven't had him on in a long time. American Legislative Exchange Council. I'm sure you're familiar with them, and they produce model legislation. They're a conservative think tank out of Washington. They produce model legislation for legislatures around the country. Be interesting to know how many of their models come from Texas.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, that's good. It sounds upbeat. I like that. I mean, I'm. It's always good to hear a positive report. And I've always have said that I don't care what kind of economy we're in. We can figure out how to make money in this economy. You just got to figure out how to make sure you're one of the people that are making money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
do that. Avoid the trends. Get out of government involvement. We can do great things.
Yeah, I like that. Avoid the trends. In fact, don't follow the trends. Make the new ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we absolutely should be about doing. Talking to Kent Batman, he's with Vychem Eco Fluids, VychemEcoFluids.com. You're also working, in this with this company called it was called High Tech. Now evolving with the group you're working with to another name. The idea behind it, though, is to make things like energy safer and the cleaning up of energy safer. But this product does so much more than that. I'd love for you to talk a little bit about that real quick as we wrap up the segment.
Yeah, as you know, we were talking to High Tech because of the oil field cleanup, the disposal sites that they clean up, and they've got a great technology. Well, turns out they also have a great technology for destroying airborne viruses and bacteria, that kind of thing. And it's been fun to explore that, and all of the doctors that we've talked to have been really excited. So we will be talking more about that, but that's next-gen technologies. And I'd love to maybe have a segment on that, Kevin.
That sounds great, Ken. I look forward to doing a segment on that with you and discussing that and exploring that much, much more. That's Kent Batman. You can learn more about him at Vychem Eco Fluids. Also, want to remind you the best content here. It shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. Stay tuned for more right after this on The Price of Business.